Hi friends. How are we doing? That's good. Hope you're doing well. I have noticed that with these videos, with me watching them back, I see that I say and like way too much. So I think I'm going to try and rein back on that. So we'll see how that goes. I was on YouTube today, and as we all are, and I came across I guess what do they call those videos that are, really like exposing somebody? I already said like and whatever, okay. God, I did it again. I've got it. Expose. It was an expose of a YouTuber that I used to watch very vague, like very occasionally, back in the early 2020, around there. I remember it was definitely during quarantine. And I'm not gonna say who the YouTuber was or who made the the expose video, but man, I didn't think they were that bad, but I mean, I still don't think they're that bad. Yes, they did kind of jump on the bandwagon of things. I'm not gonna go too into it because like it's not my thing, but the person who made the video exposing them, I can't imagine getting so upset at a stranger you don't know, you know? Of course, people can hurt your feelings, right, online. That's not unheard of. I've definitely had that happen before, but if you're willing to make a 2-hour video ranting, I'm not talking about pulling up receipts, giving a in-depth look into a period of time, someone's background. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a rant while you're playing Call of Duty or Valorant or something in the background. I don't know. Just feels a little silly to me. So, yeah, I'm rambling. Point of this is to say that there's just a lot of hate in the world. I think we all know that, but to mitigate that, to go towards something that is silly and goofy and something that we can all enjoy and not be so hateful, fantasy. We all like fantasy, right? So I'm going to show you some books. Let me just start off there. I'm going to show you 3 books. They're very thin, and they're big, but you'll see what I mean. My mom ordered them from a catalog in the 80s, or maybe early 90s, I can't remember. It was when she was married the first time. So she ordered them from a catalog, and I think it's really cool because it's something that my mom and I can relate to. We have very similar interests, and it's just neat. So first one I'm going to show you, I'm guessing either the catalog was called The Enchanted World or just the series. It seems almost like encyclopedic. So this one's Ghosts. Love this painting, by the way. If anyone can tell me the name of this painting so I can make like prints of it. Love it. Anyway. There's this cool dragon. That is upside down. Oops. That's what the spine looks like. So this one's Ghosts. Then we have elves, or fairies and elves. Sorry, YouTube naked lady. And wizards and witches. He's conjuring something. Wizards are so funny to me. I wish I could be a wizard. I wish I could be like an old man in the woods with a really long, scraggly beard. I just cast spells, and I come across weary travelers, and always at the worst of times, and give them very unhelpful advice and unhelpful potions. That's what I would do. Ghosts. Let's travel into the enchanted world of ghosts today, my friends. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm just gonna probably show you a few things. This fox, look at that. That's so cool. Yeah, God, okay, can I tell you? Secret. You and me only. Look me in the eye. Sorry, it's intense. Your eye contact, it's a little intense. Back up. What are you doing? Back up. Okay. Still make... I love Black Death paintings or medieval death paintings, and you'll know what I mean when you see it. I love the skinny skeleton people. I love them. I think they're so endearing and very creepy. Very creepy, but like in a fun way. So yeah, it seems like it's just stories about like ghost stories with some paintings. This is like a pastel one, I think. Pretty cool. If I were to do anything art related, you know, as a job, I feel like I would love to do something like this. Like, I love ghost stories, right? I love fae. I love wizards. I feel like if I could get like cool people to write things, like a zine, you know, it doesn't even have to be a book. It would be really cool to collaborate with people and make... I love spot illustrations. I love when you have text and you have to integrate that with the drawing. I feel like, I don't know, there's like a lot of really cool stuff there. When we get to the, I believe it's Wizards and Witches. I believe that one. It has some knights in it, or maybe that's the fairies one. I don't know. It has knights in it, but it has some really cool illuminated manuscript type stuff. So more little medieval guys. Some fellas. I'm gonna see if I can find my favorite page and show that to you. That's spooky. Cash in ticket. I don't know how old that is. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Okay, this is a short one. No, it's not, actually. Okay. Okay, I will read one story from one of these books. I kind of want to do the Hooded Congregation. I'll come back to that, but I will read, or I will... Let's look at the other books first before we settle into that. Okay. Naked Lady. Fae. Fairies and elves. Gotta love it. Oh, another bookmark. Charles... Oh, I'm not gonna read that out loud, because... Hatboro, PA. I've never heard of that location. Ever. Look at that. Adorable. Little... So cute. So adorable. Just ladies doing their thing. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Really great stuff. Oh. Monster fuckers. I'm telling you, they have been around forever. We think we're so special, we're so cool, we just came up with it. No. It's been around forever. God. Let's see. Mistress. I love knights and medieval stuff. I'm really on a binge right now. My boyfriend and I are watching Game of Thrones. For me, it's the first time. I've never seen it before. I refuse to watch it because it's like, oh, everyone watches that show. Also, I knew that everyone dies. Like, that's the big joke. And I get attached to characters really easily, and I didn't want to see people die, but I hate almost everyone in the show, so I don't really care who died. Well, that's not true. I was upset when I don't, spoilers, I don't want to do that to anyone. Let me see if there are any fun, ooh, this is what I mean, kind of illuminated manuscript style. Very neat. So when I say I like medieval paint, I like only the skeletons. When I see shit like this, it's so ugly. You can't. I think, like, you know how sad it... Yes, Waterhouse. Yes! Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. God! Love this. I remember one thing that I did say that I really wish they had in these was, an annex, or no, index, not an annex, an index, so you could know what all the paintings were, because they don't have labels for any of them, and there's some paintings in here and all of the other books that I've never seen before, so whatever. Wizards and Jesus, I want to say elves. I like elves apparently. Wizards and witches. Let's see what's in here. Ooh, I bookmarked it. It's not really that cool. This is very neat. Can you see it? Ooh. I'm hoping you're, like, seeing it. I can't really tell. Well, look how intense this guy is. He's holding a baby. Ooh. That's so cool. Has, like, different kinds of tarot cards and stuff. Very neat. I love this kind of, like, very dark shadow work. It's my favorite. Like, look at that. Oh, it's so clean and nice to look at. Mephistopheles. Faust. It's... Okay, so I was told it's Faust, not Faust. I prefer Faust, personally. I think I am German. Fuck that, by the way. So maybe I should be saying it right, but I'm gonna say Faust, because that's fun for me. That's fun for me. Ooh, she's got some saggy boobies. All of them do. Wow. Okay, this one's neat. This is the last one I'll show you from this book. Yeah. That's Wizards and Witches. And now for the story time. Oh, Lord. I lost my place. Ooh! I didn't even see that. That's pretty cool. I have a book of... Fuck, what? Hakutaku? I have it. It's a book of, like Japanese spirits, monsters, creatures, demons, things like that. Really cool. Sorry, that was like a really awful face I just made, but like, look at that! That's pretty epic. I do love me a good skeleton. Enjoy that. Okay. The Hooded Congregation. I'm not gonna hold this up like this because that's just too much for me. Well, maybe I can make it work. Amid the forested mountains of northern Sweden in centuries past, the long winter nights were crowded with the restless, greedy dead. The living, isolated for months in villages hidden among the fir trees, stayed indoors for the most part. They knew the darkness did not belong to them. They knew that things could happen outside the safe circle of the hearth that were best not risked or even thought of. This was especially true in the bleak time around the winter solstice, as A Christmas Tale relates. Oops. In her cottage on a hillside, a woman was awakened early one Christmas morning. by church bells echoing in the air. When the peal ceased, she peered out the window. It was dark, as it would be until almost noon at that time of year. But far below she saw that the doors of the village church were thrown open, and its light was streaming out in welcome. Although she could not be sure of the hour, it was clear that Christmas service was about to begin. In some haste, the woman dressed, wrapped herself in her warmest shawl, and taking a lantern to light her way, she set out down the hill for the church. Gotta get my orator voice on. None of her neighbors were in view, and nothing broke the enveloping silence except the... Sorry, I got distracted. Except the occasional crackle of ice falling from tree branches and the crunching of snow underfoot. As she neared the little church, however, she heard snatches of singing borne on the air, and she walked faster, spurred by the thought of warmth and companionship. At the open church door, she set down her lantern and composed her thoughts to suit the joyful day. Within the nave were rows of hooded heads. Her neighbors had been more alert than she... Are you attacking my butt? I guess that's a yes. It felt like a cold draft on my ass. Excuse me, I'm reading. Sorry, boys, mommies, cyberbullying. Okay, her neighbors had been more alert than she, it seemed. Intoning psalms at the head of the congregation was a priest, robed not in the pristine white of this great festival, but in an indeterminate gray. He looked up at the woman peering into the church and bent once more to his prayers so that his face was hidden. She crept up the aisle between the rows of chanting worshippers, searching for a place to sit. Then help came. A gentle hand grasped her wrist, and a soft voice spoke in her ear. This way, dear one. Her rescuer guided her to the front of the church. The singers seated there shuffled sideways on their bench to make room, but such was their intentness on the hymn that no one looked up or greeted her. She sat down meekly, and her guide sat beside her. Having settled herself in the pew, the woman turned to thank her helper, but the words died on her lips. The person sitting beside her had thrown back her concealing hood. The woman recognized the face at once, although it was much changed. It was the face of her beloved sister, whom she herself had laid in her coffin that autumn before the first snowfall. The sister laid a bony hand upon the woman's arm, and the damaged face twisted into an expression that might have been pleading. It was hard to tell, for the head was little more than gleaming bones, still adorned with pasty shreds of flesh. The lipless mouth stretched open to speak, and a gust of odor, a sweet necrotic scent, tinged with the smell of earth, swept across the living visitor. No sound came from the mouth. This video is 20 minutes. I'm so sorry. But all around, the woman eddied the almost toneless chanting of the clustered congregation. She pulled her arm free by the bony clasp and began to inch across the bench. The figure gestured, and the woman found her voice. "You are the dead!" she cried sharply. At once, as if a spell had been broken, the singing stopped, and a profound and listening silence settled upon the congregation. Heads turned toward her, hoods fell back, shufflings and rustlings began, and whisperings without words. The woman felt a hand on her shoulder and jerked around. Behind her was a gleaming skeleton, and beside it another, all up and down. The shadowy rose swayed the figures of the dead. Some were particularly close in flesh. She recognized they were people from the village, or had been not long ago. Here, a shoulder blade protruded from the wrecks. I'm sorry. I can't. Anyway, yeah, the whole congregation were skeletons. How exciting. I'm sorry, I couldn't finish it. That's like something I would have wrote for like my English class. My bangs are so whatever. Who cares? This has been 20 minutes of me rambling. You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed ghosts, warlocks, and the fae. And I hope you have a great day. Look, Dr. Seuss, I'm rhyming. Goodbye. Have a good day. Goodbye. 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 Hello. Goodbye.